Hey everybody, Brava Chef Travis here, and today we're going to talk all about cooking vegetables in your Brava. We're going to cover a number of different topics, from finding the vegetable that you want to cook, to selecting the right cut, to filling the zones properly, and finally how to personalize it. And I'll even give you guys a few tips on how to season as well. So join me. The first step is to find the vegetable that you would like to cook. And there's a number of different ways that we can do this on Brava. The first way is to search using the cook tile. Just simply press, and here you'll see vegetables. We're going to be cooking Yukon Gold potatoes today, and so I am going to search by potatoes. You'll see here I have all different kinds of potatoes that I can select. Let's go with Yukon Gold potatoes. You'll see the first thing that you see here is Yukon Gold potatoes, and that's the ingredient. You'll also see a bunch of other places where you can use Yukon Gold potatoes in combinations, but we'll cover that in a different video. Once you've found your ingredient, just go ahead and click into it. The other way to find the ingredient or vegetable that you want to cook is to use the search key. Just simply press on the button, and again, you can either search by category here, whether it's vegetables, or you can click up here and then type in a keyword. In this case, you could type in potatoes, but I'm going to be even more specific because I know that we're cooking Yukons. It's going to give you a few prompts because it auto-recognizes. And I'll just click on Yukon, and there it is right there. Now we need to select the cut that we would like. For Yukon Gold potatoes, we have the option of whole or 1-inch pieces. Simply choose which option you'd like. Notice that for other vegetables like zucchini, we might have more than 2 different options for you. So just make sure that you take a look at the cut options before you start prepping your vegetable to make sure that Brava supports the cut that you're going to do. Before you start cutting your vegetables, remember that you can use the temp sensor as a measuring guide. This first mark right all the way up to here is 1 inch, and then it goes in 1/2 inch increments after that. So since I selected 1-inch pieces today, I'll want to make sure that it's all within this first marking right here. Notice the helpful tips button in the top right corner of your touchscreen. When you click on that, it's going to give you all of the instructions for each ingredient that you're trying to cook. Now it's time to select the quantity. So let's go to the next screen. Note that you can do anywhere from 1 zone full all the way to 3 full zones. Let's take a minute to talk about how to properly fill a zone. First, we need to season the potatoes. Most vegetables are going to call for using a little bit of oil and salt, but note that you can use almost any seasoning that you want. It's okay to get creative here. There's just so many different ways to season food, so feel free to get creative on these vegetable programs. I would not put a lot of sugar on the vegetables, but outside of that, you should be fine to use any kind of savory seasoning that you'd like. Now we're going to stir these vegetables up. Make sure our potatoes are evenly coated with the salt and oil. And now we can fill our tray. As we've said before, it's really important to fill the zone properly. If you underfill the zone, it can lead to burning. And if you overfill the zone, it can lead to your food not being fully cooked. So I'm going to show all 3 different zones being filled. This is a great example of an underfilled zone. You can see all this space that we have in between the pieces of potato. What's going to happen is that the tray is going to absorb the energy from the lights and put it back into the potatoes here, and they're likely going to burn on the bottom. In order to properly fill the zone, it should look something like this. Now let's go ahead and fill 2 zones. That looks good for a 2 zone for me. And then finally, the full tray, or 3 zones. And what you can see here is I don't have any potatoes stacked on top of each other. They're all about the same size. And my tray is completely full. The difference in Brava is that we're cooking with light, not hot air. And so we don't need hot air to circulate in between each of the vegetables in order to cook them fully. Just to illustrate my point about seasoning, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of pepper. And some garlic powder to these potatoes. You're going to see they're going to come out Great. This little clock here is your personalization screen. And this will allow you to either increase the amount of time or decrease the amount of time on the cook. We recommend for the first time cooking an ingredient to use the default setting, and then you can adjust afterwards based on your preferences. The next screen here shows you which tray to use and which shelf to slide it into. For this recipe, it's telling me to put it into the top shelf on the metal tray. Now we're going to go ahead and slide our potatoes into Brava's top shelf. And then we'll go for our final check on this last screen. Time to confirm on the last screen here that everything is right. We selected 1-inch pieces, 3 zones full with no adjustment. And now, all there's left to do is to press the green button. All right, our potatoes are done. Let's see how we did. Those look beautiful. You can see how they're nice and sizzling on the bottom, nice brown color on top. Perfect. If your vegetables aren't perfectly cooked, you can always touch them up. You can add a little bit of sear or a little bit of doneness by pressing the touch-up button, and it's going to ask you whether you want to add sear or doneness. Sear is going to be very powerful and will give you more browning, and doneness will be less powerful and will help you cook the interior without getting too much browning. I hope that you enjoyed today's tutorial video. We covered a lot of information, from finding the vegetable that you want to cook, to selecting the right cut, to filling the zone properly, and even to personalizing it so that you can increase or decrease the amount of time and cook it perfectly every single time. We also talked a little bit about seasoning and how with most vegetables you can use pretty much any spice that you want. Just make sure that you're not adding a lot of sugar or things may burn. Last but not least, we talked about the touch-up feature, which allows you one last bit of customization in case the cook wasn't perfect for you the first time. If you have any questions for us, please reach out at hello@brava.com.